let's get it, cause time. When I want to start with this. When I came to visit you, at your house,
I think you was
in
the first
Canton.
one.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be seen.
You didn't want to be. What do you mean you don't want to be seen?
You know, like I'm only 12 pounds down now, but I was like 20, 25 pounds down, man.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to be seen. I ain't want to be seen like that.
Right.
Even though it's you, I just didn't want that. So I wasn't allowing anybody except for my kids. And my sons didn't even know. Like, Shador and Shiloh really still don't know what's going on or what happened.
You didn't really share.
Because I wanted them to focus on making those teams. Like, stay focused. DeAndre came over and she saw Bossy came to the hospital. When she came to the hospital here, we still didn't tell her what happened. We told her it was something with my leg, my blood clots.
Right.
So she didn't know at the
Time,
time.
you were right. You lost some weight when I came because I wanted to grab you. And you were like, "Boy, don't be messing with me. I'm kind of like Florida State weight." Right. All right, but then I asked you sometime, and I remember this because it reminded me of my dad a lot. When my dad was sick, and I remember taking him to the hospital, and I asked, and I heard him ask the doc. He said, "Doc, how much longer?" And the doc said, "Why? You didn't have much pain?" He said, "Well, my family seeing me like this." And I swear, time, when I was at your house and I asked you, I said, "How are you?" You never even answered. You know what you said? Oh, I'm getting emotional. You said, you started standing up like you barely get up. You're like, "Man, I haven't even seen some of my players. I haven't talked to them yet." You were only worried about the players that you haven't seen or you haven't had a chance to meet. Today you had that meeting.
Wow, man.
Right here in this room.
I had to build myself up for that meeting, man, to see them. Because I remember recruiting them and talking to them, in the recruiting process. Some of them, it would just happen. But to see everybody, all the coaches, all the staff, Rick, our AD, it was unbelievable to be back in front of that room. And, I let everybody do their thing and get out what they had to get out so we could let these young men know this is the way we run our program. This is what we expect when we start practicing. Then at the conclusion, I said, I know all of you wondering why I've been here. Instead of telling you, I'm gonna show you. And we put the video on, and Bucky has everything documented, and they saw like an 8 to 10 minute clip of what transpired. And then I brought Lauren up, who was with me throughout this whole process, who one of the trainers who came with me from Jackson and was at the house daily. We screaming 2 o'clock in the morning to come, to give me something for this pain or to dump these bags that was full of blood. Like, these 2 bags I had on me for I think 3 weeks at a time. But it was tremendous to see. It gave me strength. It gave me life.
Time. What details can you give us now about what you just shared, about what you just went through, but you were just talking about dumping sacks of blood?
Yeah, I had cancer, I had cancer, and I had a couple choices that I could have this sort of like chemo thing and go once a week for a multitude of weeks and get that done. But I'm like, I'm coaching. I ain't gonna leave and go there once a week, way to Denver, and no, let's take a shot, or I could go heavy and they try to get it all out tremendously, and that's what I chose. I'm all or nothing. Like, let's go, let's get it, because I know me. I'm not gonna want to go back and forth to Denver to get that done every week, and it was aggressive. It was extremely aggressive. And one of those looks that I had when it was going on with Shador and Shiloh at the draft at the house, it had nothing to do with the draft. I'm thinking about, I got this surgery coming up in a couple weeks. It had nothing to do with that. like I got the surgery coming up in a couple weeks. And let me tell you one part.
Wait, Tom. You knew this while the draft was going on.
Yeah.
Oh, that breaks my heart.
Yeah. They didn't.
You watching,
watching my sons get
you
done
were
like
watching
this.
that while you were going through that.
Yeah. But you know what? Throughout that whole process, I never said, Lord, why? I never said, hi. I never said, Lord, why? I never said, Lord, why? I only said, Lord, show me.
Yeah.
Show me what you're trying to do so I can help you expedite the process. Just show me. We got this, Lord. I know I ain't going nowhere. I know for the enemy to try me, you had to say, have you considered my servant crime? You had to say that for him to even get to me. So I know that. I'm yours. I know what you're going to do with me. I know what you're going to continue to do with me. But after some time, I started to understand this ain't about sports. This is about everybody. I've always had the autonomy to touch athletes and people that were trying to play this game and build that courage and to motivate people. But now this is for the Tom, Dick, Harry, Larry, Mary, Sarah, Sinead, everybody. That because all our families have been touched by cancer. Have been touched. And now I'm not immune to it. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready to tell everybody what I've gone through.
When you tell people you dumping out sacks of blood and everything like that time, what was...
I'm fishing with these two bags. The toughest time,
time?
most difficult time was, because I got a several hour surgery coming up the next day. And I had to make sure, being a businessman, my estate was straight. So,
Wait.
right now
you
the will.
Worried about
my
not
kids
coming back.
You never know.
Not make it.
And I don't want my kids and my family to be in a situation that I didn't take care of business. So the night before, I'm up with my lawyers at the crib and we getting it done. And I'm sitting up here thinking about each kid, all right? Okay, they can make it with this. I know they can make it with this. I need to get them a little more. My sister, she gonna handle everything. But I'm going through that. And I got that done the night before. And I had, I think, a 5-some pickup to get to the hospital by 6 that next morning or something like that. So that's how I spent the night before.
How did you ultimately find out about the cancer?
I was going for the natural checkup of the blood clots through my foot and my leg. And, they came back and said, they told my trainer, Lauren, we need to see Coach again because something's coming up on the x-rays. And they found something, then it was like, oh Lord, so now we got to have a surgery to make sure, see what that is. And from that time, it was growing so rapidly, man. It was growing like crazy. They could explain it a lot better than I can. But it was growing so rapidly, we had to do something quickly. And we did.
You had a great medical team?
Great. UC Health, and I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. Yeah, great. I didn't second guess anything. Now the procedures, I know Bucky, you wanted me to choose another route, but I said, no, we're going to go get it.
What do you mean Bucky wanted you?
Because he wanted the more normal route that didn't have any risk to it. You know how that is. And I'm like, let's go get it. Let's go. We're gonna go for it. Let's go for this touchdown. Let's go.
So you had to walk all that you always talk. You had to walk that thing you always talk.
That's right.
I can't be talking and not when it's time to walk it and do that walking time. Right now though, with that medical team that you're saying is so great, and I know how you are. Yeah. Going to go get it. What kind of restrictions, recommendations do they plan on having for you moving forward?
I have none right now. Like right now, I have none. The only thing is and I could disclose this to everybody, and I want them to know. First of all, men, not just men, everybody, you need to go get checked out. You gotta go get checked out because you never know. Like if I hadn't gone out to get checked out for this, I would have never found out about that, and I'm thankful. But not only that, it's a lifestyle change. Like the little things, how we're curious. Now you about to go in and take everything inside of this and make a new bladder out of my intestines. Now that's a whole changing. So I'm asking questions like, Doc, can you give me somebody that went through this so I could talk to them, so I could understand? So I contacted this gentleman and said, okay, let's take basics. Going to the bathroom. He said, number 2, you cool. Ain't nothing different about that. But number 1, you have to push through your stomach and force the pee out. Like you can't just pee. And when you feel like you got to go pee, you need to pee or you're going to start leaking. Thank God for the pen. Thank God for the pen. And it's a whole challenge, like even sleeping. Like, Mike, you don't understand, like sleeping, man. Like, so to start off, you got to towel up under your bed or these mats because you gonna pee on yourself. And you sitting up there like you are heralded as one of the best athletes to play the game, and you peeing on yourself, man. Like that.
Dude, that's the scariest thing that any athlete ever think about, being in that state.
It was like last time with the amputation of the toes, I got all the rails on the toilets in my bathrooms and I got to pull up and I ain't have enough strength to do this. I had to be helped, this and that. But this is totally different now because this ain't going to change. So I'm like, okay, now what's next? What else? Well, it's going to take some time. Your bladder is going to get a little better and it's going to get, I say, so can I make it through a game? I know I got halftime, but can I make it through a game? What if it's a long quarter? Okay, so I'm start thinking I got to get a porta potty for the sideline. I'm thinking about all this stuff ahead of time, and then as a man, I'm like, okay, now let's get to the sex. Let's get to the sex.
Yeah.
So
I know you had to have a conversation about that. Like, wait a minute, how long does that take?
And they having a conversation with that, and it's some intimate details I don't want to disclose, but it's normal, but it ain't normal. So, but like, this is a lifestyle, man, change. It is.
And I have so many right now, and I told you so many guys, friends of mine, in our age group that is going through it right now, Time. I mean, the same thing. And I was joking with one of them, like, I don't know how, especially when you got it, because I was like, how is this happening?
I was healthy as an ox. Like, I had no symptoms.
Right.
I had not one symptom.
And so it's just blowing my mind to see it as much as I'm seeing it. And the thing is, Tom, what you just talked about, what is that like to you mentally?
Yeah.
Being who you are.
It didn't mess with me. It messed with me with the bathroom and peeing in the darn bed until I got a hold of the pen. It helped me tremendously. But I never questioned God. You know my faith, man. Yeah. I never questioned and asked God, why me? I can't. Why me am I living like this? Why me am I the coach at the Colorado Buffaloes? Why me am I on this wonderful university? Why me do I have these wonderful kids, with my last name? Like, why me that God has blessed me so much? Like, I would have to ask God, why me all that too? So I never asked God, why me? I've always said, Lord, please let me know the plan so we can expedite this. Because I know you got me. Like, if you ain't got nobody, Lord, I know you got me. You shown me through the years that you got me. So that's always been my thought process.
But even what you talking about, thinking about it here, man, Tom, the impact that you have, so many people out there, because they always on my line, man. Tell Tom, I'm praying. So many people out there, they do love you. Do you plan on having an impact and trying to have that impact? My guy that works with me, that's the first thing he said when he heard about it. He said, you know what? I'm going to get checked. He went and got checked.
Well, I'm thankful. But you don't understand, this is impact. Being able to talk about, I ain't never been scared or shy to talk about nothing. We talk about all the other bull junk we done done. Why we can't talk about this, I've never been shy to talk about any of that, of my trials and what God has taken me through. Even in the midst of them, I've never been afraid to talk about them. And now I feel like it's just a different type of calling. It ain't got nothing to do with athletes, man. This is the whosoever wills. This is our family members that ain't never played nothing in their lives, never fathomed playing nothing in their life, but they still are inflicted by this. Most people think it's a life sentence when they hear it.
Right.
I wasn't thinking like that. Like, Lord, let's go. Let's do this.
Get through it.
Yeah, let's get through it. Yeah. But, it was some days. Out there in the country, I didn't even leave my room for a week at a time. And couldn't eat, didn't have no appetite. That's weight falling off. You looking in the mirror, you don't even really like, who is that? And that was hard. That's why I didn't want to see nobody.
Man, I can't even imagine the memory.
Yeah, then you call like I'm coming. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me think about this.
And when I first got that time, I promise I could barely understand you. Like, man,
you came at a rough time. Like I didn't have my voice.
Right.
I mean, I was coughing a lot.
Yeah.
And it was bad.
Yeah.
But you don't understand what you gave me. Like, you full of life all the time, no matter what.
Right.
And you gave me that life, and I was ready to go fight, I was like, all right, devil, you'll mess around and let the Energizer come over here now.
When I got ready to leave, you said it. Because it really was, for me, even amazing to hear how you sounded when I first got there. And then at the end of the day, you were like, man, listen now, I'm trying. Look at me now.
You left me up, man.
Life. It was, I left.
I wasn't coming out the room. Like, I didn't even leave the bedroom. Then you came and like you gave it to me, man. I'm like, yeah.
That was fun though. Yeah. So much fun. Yeah. Oh, I laughed all day, man, over there. And then I left, got me a designer, and I got me a prime time design going in my backyard right now. Right now. I sent it to him. I showed. I said, Dad, look at this. I said, look at this.
I can't wait to
my
see
prime time design for my backyard. Because the one thing you told me, and even being out there, and I'm learning it more and more still to this day, you said, Michael, you gotta find your peace. You gotta find some time to find peace, get away from it.
You've been working too hard.
Yeah.
Ever since I know you, you've been training and working and working and training and working and working and going here, going there, and working. You ain't never not worked.
Yeah.
When was the last time you have not worked?
I know. But you're not going to not work either.
Right.
You just and that's just how we're built.
That's how we built.
But even now with you going through all of this, and then this is a demanding season that you are about to have.
But I love it because this is the first time I don't have to be the father and the coach. I just got to be the coach. I likes that. I don't have to worry about you, Charlotte. I'm sitting up there today. I looked in the back to see was he there. Because I'm habit. It's a habit. It's a habit. Is he here on time? I know Shador's gonna be right there. Juju was right where Shador is like. So I love it that I don't have to worry about that, but I feel like I got a better team, man. I really do.
What do you mean you got a better team?
I feel good about our young man. We may not have those two guys, Travis and Shador that we knew. All right, now I don't care what score it is, we got a chance.
Right.
But we collectively, the team is better. Yeah, offensive line, defensive line, the skill positions, the receivers, the kicking game, all of that. The coaching staff is certainly better, and I'm excited, man. You have no idea what they did for me today when I stood up, right there, and looked out there, and like, wow. And I allowed them to ask any questions they wanted, and they had some good questions about what transpired. But they were great about, my faith. Was the lowest point. It was some tremendous questions that they asked, and I applaud them for that. Because I wanted them to get it all out, like come on. But I know some of them will pull me aside and holler at me. But if some of these young men, I'm telling you, I hadn't seen. I'm like, I want to see you. And we got some members of the media. It was like I just wanted to take a summer off. Yeah.
Wait, time. You say that's what people wrote, that you just wanted to take a summer off.
Yeah,
not knowing the medical.
Yeah, but
situation.
They should know my character. Like, people don't really.
But why would anybody say that? Why would you?
Because that's
they don't
why
say
they
that
come
about
at me.
any other coach.
But that's how they come at me. They don't realize I sleep here half the time. Go home. So I love it. I love what I do and I do what I love. But that's one thing that was said. So it's not like I can't wait till this come out so they could glory. No, this ain't for them.
Right.
This is for those other people. That old guy sitting on the couch that his wife been telling him to go get a checkup, and that joker won't get a checkup. That person that's embarrassed about wearing the pin, No, for what? I'm about to sex him up. You know, wait, we got to meet Monday.
You ain't here talking about it. And I must admit now, at all the guys that I know that are going through issues with cancer, that the last thing they want to talk about is the use of their,
Man, please.
That's a conversation. And that's why men don't go and get checked. Because you don't want to hear about that stuff. You don't want to know about it.
You don't want to know no wrong.
Right.
You don't want to know no wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
but I'm here for it. I'm here for it because God has called me to help. I mean, still the same way. How many of them darn Irvins? You've been helping for your whole life. It's a million of them darn Irvins. I saw you on the bus the other day online. A busload of them darn Irvins. I said, boy.
Hey, you did hear me talking about all them Irvins.
I don't know how you still have hair. I have no idea how you still have hair.
Hey, we've always messing with that family, man. That family stuff. Time when you watch with your boys right now, you're saying you're going to have this first season without them on the field, and you're excited about it. Talk to me about that excitement watching them in the NFL. I saw you went and visit Shiloh down Tampa.
She told me not to come. Yeah, let's get that out.
I was about to ask
he told me not
why you hadn't gone to kids.
He didn't want me to come. He's like, Dad, I may get 3-4 reps in practice. I don't want you seeing that. Like, come on, no, I'm not where I need to be. Let me get where I need to be. And it's so funny because this is his first time, man.
Yeah.
Ever. And he's dealing with it like a pro. Like he ain't mad, he ain't bitter. He's like, I got work to do, but I'm gonna put in this work. One thing, they're gonna have to let me play. Preseason gonna come. And when preseason come, watch me work. I'm like, I already know what you're gonna do. I ain't worried about that. I know. But he didn't want me to come. And Charles told her, obviously, come on down there, Charles. He was happy, but Junior been with me every day. Yeah. Nice. Every day I've gone through what I've gone through, I've seen his face every day. The girls, they like me alone. They like me separate. They don't like to share me. So Bossy will come, want to fish all weekend, and here come DeAndre with the baby and Snow. One of the funniest times is I'm sitting up there playing with my grandson, and he's grabbing I've got tubes all in me. He's grabbing them, pulling me in the bed like, hey, not that one hooked to that. You can't pull that.
Man. Ty, you know what I see when I hear that, when I'm listening to this, man? And because I know you and I know your yesterday and your history and everything, and I know how you came up. I just, my greatest thing is to see a man turn great pain into such great promise.
Amen.
And how you become, you talking about a man that didn't get the love from his father, and you just talked about a beautiful way your whole family supports you as a father, man. Talk to me about that, man. Knowing what you came from to what you have.
It's a beautiful thing. Let me say this before I forget. And I was talking about now I don't have to be the father. I could just be the coach. One of my players just came up to me. I adore this kid. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to embarrass him yet. He just said, Coach, you know that walk we used to take? We going on that walk. You know what that did to me, man? That walk you used to take with Shador and Shiloh. He said, we're gonna keep on with that walk. I was like, I had to turn around, man, and come to myself.
Real story. Right?
Because these are like my kids, and he's really, oh my God. But man, my kids are everything. They weren't mistakes. They were meant to be, meant for me, and even what I've gone through with their mothers, God built me for it, that I can handle it and withstand it all. And I'm thankful. And just to have Bucky's mother come over to the crib before we left and pray for me, man. Can you understand that? Yeah. The wife that you've been at odds with before, and Bucky DeAndre, and Carol, come over and pray for me. Like, I want to pray for you before you leave because I know what you've been going through. And I said, hey, man, let's do it. Let's go. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is when you use those kind of things to bring family closer together, man. I want to walk out on this football field and talk about this team that you got coming up and what you expect this team to do. A lot of people are predicting a little step back.
Well, they
No
got
pun
to do
intended with the toes, a step back. No, I'm just telling you what they said.
Why you had to do like that? Why you had to do like that?
You know what I was
know
thinking
that.
about too when you did
Yeah,
that? I was reading the other day about that little thing you guys were going through with that old
Santé, with
Asante.
I'm talking to him on Thursday, matter of fact.
Yeah, and Asante, and he is a good player. But everybody plays a different style.
Everybody do it different.
Everybody does it different.
I was taught that from, Mickey Andrews of Florida State. And at that time, we had a lineage of guys going first round. And so that's what we were taught.
Yeah, and I like that. Just like when I have arguments with guys about wide receiver, don't catch the ball in your chest. Yes, you can. Yeah, you see that linebacker bearing down on you. Right. You can catch that ball in your chest. Come on, let's take a walk on this football field, man.